so we'll get started. So welcome to Frequency, Sound, and Vibration. So I'm Linda Kilpela, and I'll be guiding you on this really short little adventure here into these elements. So we'll talk about sound health and creating a life that you love. So the four things we're going to talk about really briefly tonight are energy, frequency, sound, and vibration. And a lot of times these words can be taboo in our culture because people don't understand them. So it's just to bridge that gap of very basic understanding, kind of how things work. So sound health is above the line. So you think about positive emotions, using oils, eating healthy foods, exercise, things like that. That creates sound health. So life below the line creates issues in your tissues. And that's where you're going to create dis-ease with all of that nasty food. You end up with headaches and pain, negative emotions, things like that. That does not create sound health. So the goal is to live our life above the line so that way we can create a life that we love. So it's just one choice at a time. So first we'll talk about energy. So in every culture and in every medical tradition before ours, healing was accomplished by moving energy. And that was written in 1937. It's pretty amazing that we're very, very far away from that level of awareness in the world that we're in now with all the push of chemicals and things like that. So basically, everything that's living has an energy field or an aura. So the human energy field has the spiritual, and then the mental, emotional, etheric, and that all creates the physical. So your physical body is simply the manifestation of your spirituality and your thoughts and emotions. So all of that is moving in, and we'll talk about that a little bit. And so once it gets to your body, it moves into your chakras, which are energy centers. And so they simply bring energy into the organs in that area. For example, like the heart chakra brings energy into the heart and the lungs. And so with that said, it's just simply like an energy vortex, bringing energy in, and hopefully that is beautiful energy because that'll bring healing to those different organs in that area of your body. And then they're all connected, but we'll keep this very simple for tonight. And then we have the meridians. So you've probably seen like an acupuncture doll with all the dots and lines. Those are meridians. The lines on the body, they're pathways in the body that vital energy flows through. So they're all associated with specific organs and systems. And that's why, like with acupuncture or MPS therapy, like a lot of us do, you can hit a point on the ankle and affect the gallbladder or the head. So we're all connected. It just, those are the magical pathways that help to keep energy flowing in our body. And then we have our body systems and organs. And so not much to say about that. I think everyone's pretty familiar with all of our body systems and organs and how they work and correlate and work together. We're going to stick with the energy. So wholeness includes finding harmony and balance in all areas of your body. And so when you've heard the word holistic healing, it includes all four of your bodies, your spiritual body, your mental body, emotional body, and your physical body. So if you think about it, that energy is coming in. So if you put your arms straight out, it's coming in all the way in through your energy field. So through your thoughts, through your emotions, and then into the physical. And so that's why with holistic healing, there is a need to change those silly stories that we have in our heads and those uncomfortable feelings we have in our bodies. So it's just really unprocessed and unresolved issues in our tissues. And so with sound and vibration, frequency, energy, we can bring these things into balance without going through all the old-fashioned pain, like going to like counseling and talking about it over and over and over again. The goal is just to bring higher vibration into those dense energies and just allow them to dissolve. So we're designed to heal ourselves. And in the old way of being, we really focus a lot on the past. And where we live now, we can let those things go more readily. We have the tools and the wherewithal and knowing on how to create greater outcomes. So we don't have to be so dependent on energies outside of ourselves. when we know that we are designed to heal ourselves. So it's just a matter of creating some new habits that upgrade your frequency so you can bring greater outcomes in your life. So a little bit about frequency. This has always been super fascinating to me for like the last, I don't know, 15 years or so since I've known about it. It's so simple, it's almost ridiculous. So clinical research shows that therapeutic grade essential oils have the highest frequency of any natural substance known to man, which can help to support a healthy physical, emotional, and spiritual environment. And dis-ease occurs when the body's vibrational frequency drops below a certain point. So essential oils raise the body's vibrational frequency. And everything that I'm going to share tonight only pertains to the use of grade A Young Living essential oils. That's the oils that we use, the ones that we know are tested, and they have different vibrations and things like that. And we'll jump into that real quick here. So the vibration of Young Living essential oils is 52 to 528 megahertz. So the cool thing about a living oil, instead of like a health food store oil, which is basically synthetic, it has to be 5% oil to be labeled 100% pure, according to cosmetic law. So it can be 95% chemicals. So that does not, what I'm sharing does not pertain to those types of oils. They have to have a vibration. They have to be the life force of plants. So the frequency is what stays in the body to maintain the longer lasting effects of the oils. So as you use your oils, this is literally like that healing component that stays with you and helps to delete that misinformation. So the lower frequencies work on the physical body, and the middle frequencies work on the emotional body, and then the high frequencies work on the spiritual body. So frequency of foods, herbs, and oils. So processed and canned foods, they have no life force in them whatsoever. So they're best to be avoided. They would be a below the line food, non-food. And then we have fresh produce up to 15 megahertz, dried herbs 12 to 22 megahertz, and fresh herbs 20 to 27. So those are the things that we're putting into our bodies that can bring sustainable health to our tissues. So everyone's probably heard of Dr. Rife. So he proved that every health disorder has a frequency, which in turn responds or resonates to a specific optimal frequency for its dissolving or healing in the body, which is so fabulous for us because that makes our life a lot easier if we can just shift from the negative to the positive. It's just bringing awareness. So if you think about an issue in your tissue or an uncomfortable emotion, the pattern that you have that keeps playing over and over and over, basically using frequency, vibration, and sound and energy, we can just shine a light on that, bring awareness to it so that way it can dissolve. How fabulous is that? That's the time that we live in, and awareness is, it's just bringing that consciousness to those dense energies, we'll call them, helps them to dissolve so that way you can step up and create that life that you actually love. We've been conditioned and we've all had our path and we're learning as we go. But it's time we can move up a little quicker if you'd like. So how frequency pertains to the body, the human brain, 72 to 90 megahertz, the body during the day, 62 to 68. And you'll notice as you develop symptoms that your vibration is just dropping. So cold symptoms, 58, down to candida, 50 at 5. Autoimmune disorders, 52 megahertz. Cancer, 42 megahertz. Death begins at 25 megahertz. So the goal is to stay a little higher on this scale. Stay over 60 at least. If you want to create a life that you love, enjoy sound health above the line. So there's all different things that you can do to help you to get there. But I do know it's difficult to make better decisions when you feel poorly. And so using these tools, we can actually raise our vibration and then we can make that choice. So rise yourself up and then you're like, oh my gosh, all of a sudden you have more opportunities and choices available to you. So you can use your tools to get there, even if you're in one of these lower dense areas. You don't need to try to gather up the energy. Use the tools to create that inspiration. because it can be hard when you're in pain or you're not well, you have an issue in your tissue, whatever that is, it can be difficult. So use these vibrational tools that you have to get raised up a little bit higher. So the frequency of our thoughts move through your bodies. So it's interesting, anxiety, love, depression, contempt, and so on. It's just, they literally move through our bodies. That is how we are designed. So negative thoughts lower your frequency, positive thoughts raise your frequency, and prayer, meditation increase your frequency. So imagine like groups of people together in prayer and meditation. Like, it's amazing what outcomes you can create that way, just together. We're designed to live in community and help one another and rise each other up. So it's literally proven that that happens. So the frequency of negative emotions, this is Christy Sheldon's work, and there's so much information online nowadays about frequency. You can Google it and get lost all day if you want. But the main goal with this to realize is that emotions below 200 break the body down. So life below the line, this is life below the line, living in shame and guilt, grief, desire, anger, pride, and so on. They're not going to build strength into your body nor your spirit. So the goal is to move above the line, stay above the line. So the frequency of positive emotions, any emotion at or above 200 builds strength into your body. And so that's the goal, is just to live above the line, creating sound health where you have courage to stand up for yourself, to stand in your power and come to neutrality. So you can love yourself and others. So you don't let go of the judgment and all of the craziness that we're all accustomed to in this world that we live in. So there's a lot of conditioned patterns that don't support living in acceptance and having forgiveness as a lifestyle and loving all people. But there's a lot of joy there, and just living in gratitude. It's amazing what can happen in your world if you just live in gratitude. It's just like miracles all over the place. So we might have a testimonial about that. There's some smiles out there. So the frequency of the universe is 432 megahertz. Really, it's basically, if you think about our aura, our energy field, it's a beacon, basically, and it's a two-way antenna. So like all around your body, like in this big circle, and you've seen pictures of it, it's like a big bubble around your body, right? And that is what you receive information out. So what you're putting out there is coming back to you, but it's a two-way antenna. So if you are thinking about rejection all the time, that's what's going to come your way. If you're thinking about acceptance all the time, that's what's going to come your way. So you really have a lot more power than you realize. Maybe a lot of you on this call may realize this, but more consciousness and awareness you put in this, the more action that you put in it, you can create a better life and reach those around you, like share that light with others. So the universe feels your vibration, and then it says, your wish is my command, literally. And so a lot of times people I call it being tuned into the wrong station, being tuned into the wrong crowd, all that negativity and drama, and maybe living in the world a little bit. And you're like, oh my goodness, like you got to turn the dial back to something more positive. But it takes a while for positive things to come into your life as a lifestyle. If you've been putting, 40 years of negativity out there, you need to start making a new conscious effort every day to change what's coming towards you. So it's pretty amazing how quickly you can change, but your voice truly commands your spirit, and what you say out loud creates your reality. So the goal is to stay in gratitude and beauty and draw in that life that you love, and that way you can reach others as well. So you can support your immune system by focusing on positive emotions. So not participating in the fear. It's very cool. There's a lot of games playing out there in our world. Some people call them games, some people call them movies, whatever you want to call that that's going on in the world. You don't have to participate in it if you don't choose to. You can create your own reality. You are anyways, and just let all of that go. It's not fun anyways. All right, so moving a little bit into sound. this is what Vi wanted me to share with you, is the bowls. And so I have, well, gosh, I have a dozen Himalayan bowls. So they're hundreds of years old and made with the 7 metals that help to connect you with the heavenly bodies, and then through your chakras, through your energy centers into the earth. So really help you to just feel at home, to help to balance your body, mind, emotions, and spirit. So we'll be experiencing them here tonight. So sound is vibration. So sounds are vibrations that travel through the air or another medium and can be heard when they reach the ear. So pure sonic sounds of the bowls, the singing bowls, are heard not just by the ear, but by every cell in the body. So the emotional and spiritual body is healed first, which then reflects in the physical body. So it's a full body experience when you have like a sacred sound bath. It moves through your whole being. And so it's pretty amazing just to feel that. And that's why it's called a sound bath, because it literally is nutrition for your nervous system. So it activates the self-healing awareness within, helps to release blocked energies and thought patterns, negative emotions, things like that, and just helps you to become in tune with your natural energy in body, mind, emotions, and spirit. So really just helps you to just kind of get back home, get centered in your truth as who you truly are, rather than who you've been conditioned to be, or who you're being to stay safe, things like that. So I'm going to unmute, if a couple of you want to unmute, and I would just like to know just one word. Actually, why don't you pop it in the chat? Tracy, I'll have you read them. So if everyone wants to put something in the chat that, what did you bring home with you today? Or maybe you didn't even leave home today, right? So what do you have going on in your energy? So have you taken on something? Are you stressed out? Are you angry? Like what's going on in your world? And you don't have to put your name on anything, just share what's going on. And then also notice where you feel it in your body. And then we'll do a quick sound health experience.
Thank you for sharing. I am seeing that somebody is feeling ungrounded and they're feeling it in their head.
Anyone else? You could just be stressed too. That's a natural one, right?
And somebody shared that they're feeling very good. I see.
So what if they look deeper to the person that feels good? Search a little deeper on some unresolved issue, or maybe even an unresolved relationship from 20 years ago. Anything. Doesn't want to work with something.
And then also pay attention to where you're feeling it in your body.
Mm-hmm.
We also have someone that has shared they're feeling not sure and they can feel it in their neck.
It's amazing where our emotions are stored. You're seeing how you create issues in your tissues, right? This is how it works. Our emotions that are stuck. So we want to release some stuck emotions.
And a share by someone stating that they're feeling a bit overwhelmed. And another is feeling in conflict with loved ones and they can feel it in their stomach. We have another share, concern for a mother's health. It is, however, improving greatly and it's making this person feel good, warm, tingly all over.
Can it be better?
Mm-hmm.
The concern. Anyone else?
So Vi, I'm not sure if you're asking your people to go deeper or if you need to go deeper. Anyone else? A share came through, feeling next to myself.
So whoever is feeling that, I want you to, like, when we go through the sound bath, to feel like you're inside of yourself. That'll be the opposite. So let's go ahead and continue forward from here. Thank you, Tracy, for sharing all of those. And so some people don't feel, and that's okay. The goal is that we can feel, so we can live present and safe in our bodies. But with this exercise, you don't have to feel, you don't have to know anything. You will still have an experience. So I'm going to have everyone take out your favorite essential oil if you have one, or two, whatever you'd like. And what we're going to do with this is apply it where you feel that negative emotion in your body, or you can apply it on your heart. Heart's always a good place, right? And we're just going to do a little heart breathing first, and then we'll move into a short sound bath where you can process that emotion. So for those of you that do not have headphones on or earbuds in, I would recommend putting those in now, so that way you can hear the sounds of the bowls will hit your inner ear more readily, because we're live, but we're not live, right? Want to be able to hear it completely and kind of tune everything else out around you. So for those of you that are applying your oils, if you're new to oils, real quick lesson here is hold your palm, your non-dominant hand up, and hold your essential oil about 6 inches above your hand, drop it, and then spin it clockwise before applying it. So if you're applying it on your heart or wherever you're carrying that tension in your body. And from there, we'll go ahead and do some heart breathing, maybe 5 or so rounds. So inhale your palms and exhale arms wide. And you're welcome to bring in your affirmations. So I would recommend just bringing in love, light, peace, harmony, whatever you feel drawn to at this moment, and exhale the negative emotion that you were feeling. So if you're feeling ungrounded or overwhelmed, conflict, things like that, go ahead and inhale love, light, and truth for about a count of 5. Hold at the top, and then exhale arms wide and exhale the negative. So go ahead and do that for about 3 more rounds of breath. And then find yourself sitting comfortably. And you can continue to breathe. What you want to do now is just get really comfortable, connected to the earth. So either just sitting on your sits bones with your feet connected to the earth. And then just bring your hands to heart center for a moment, and just take a moment in gratitude before we begin. Just start to look within. Close your eyes if you haven't already, and just become in tune with the rhythm of your breath. And just feel your chest rise and fall, and your abdomen rise and fall. And just find your natural rhythm. Just relax. And I'll have you put your hands palms up for receiving. And just be open to any healing energies. And just sense divine love and light coming in through your crown and moving through your entire body, just cascading divine, sparkling light, cleansing you. And become aware of the divine love and light in your heart, just sparkling and expanding, filling your body and the space around you. Just sense that sphere of divine healing light all around your body and within you. And feel yourself connected between the heavens and the earth, and feeling that divine love and light expanding more and more with every breath. And feel yourself feeling very grounded and connected. And just allow the divine energy to flow through your entire being and the space around you. You find yourself coming back to the present moment. Just notice the rhythm of your breath. Feel your chest rise and fall. And feel your abdomen rise and fall. And feel yourself connected to the earth and the heavens. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. And find movement in your fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. And roll your head from side to side. Take a stretch if you need to. Let's just take a couple minutes to journal about your experience and how you're feeling. So we'll keep this sacred silence for a couple minutes. All right, would anyone like to share a quick testimonial about their experience with the oils and the sound together? Might just want to be. Takes you to such a sacred space.
I wrote down, it reminded me what matters. It centered me, it brought me somewhere better, and it was invited me to let go. So it's good stuff.
That's beautiful, Romy. It's amazing what a few minutes can do for our lives, you know? Thank you for sharing.
I will share. It always just brings me back to being centered in the moment. It relaxes me. I just feel a sense of gratefulness, being blessed, and well.
I love it. Thank you for sharing.
You're
For
welcome.
those of you that are shy, you could type it in the chat and we won't share your name if you just want to put it out there. Otherwise, it's okay. Vi, were you sharing?
I think for me, when you use the bowls, with the oil, it intensifies the oil, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I like Northern Lights black spruce, and I love when I rub it on my hands and it's tingling. So when you add bowls, it's just like vibrating through your body.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It really, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, it's just a great component to have with the oils. And well, my pain is in my legs, so you know that's from my sciatica. So
you can use that. You could use this for that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the big thing is to draw in your intention, you know, have a prayer and intention, participate in your own healing. So we're really conditioned to believe that healing comes from outside of ourselves. We got to run to the doctor or this person or that person, a professional, where we have our own inner authority. We can heal ourselves. We have literally an inner pharmacy. I mean, you could just go as simple as like when you cut your finger, it can heal itself. That goes with the rest of our bodies too. And so we're conditioned to believe that we need to reach outside of ourselves for healing. And really, we have it all within. We have our own inner pharmacy that can turn anything into fuel. So the more positive the fuel, the more positive our experiences, you know. It's pretty amazing. Anyone else like to share anything?
I'll share. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I had never done it before either, and it just like was so peaceful and just took you away from everything else that was around you and just kind of focused on yourself. And then when the bells would chime in, I mean, I just thought of a real peaceful, prayerful moment, like sitting in church maybe and just hearing the bells in the background. It just like, you know, made yourself just focus on yourself and nothing else around you. It felt really good.
Yeah, and you're sacred.
Relaxing. Mm-hmm.
You know, and we realize that we are sacred. So the Himalayan bowls are made of the 7 metals that the church bells are made of. And so that's why they just kind of go out forever. It's like that infinite healing continuum, drawing us back to who we are. It's just truly amazing how they work. And they go through your, you know, every layer of your being, and you don't even have to do anything. So the more you can become intentional when you're listening to a sound bath, the further you can get on your journey, you know, to really connect with yourself and who you are and create a life that you love, you know, have that sound health, living above the line and enjoying this life. You know, a lot of people have spent the last year in stress, and for me personally, it's been my best year ever. It's just been amazing. But well, those of you that know me know that I don't participate very well in what's going on in the world. So I've never had a TV in my life. You know, we have Netflix, but I just don't participate in any of the movies or games out there because I feel like it takes me away from my true calling. And so that's the way that I live. And so it's been a really beautiful year of connecting with people that are searching for something better, because obviously what's going on out there is not very balanced. You know, it's not of divine energy, but it's playing out, and yeah, this too shall pass, right? It'll evolve into what it's going to be. Anyone else have anything to add? All right, well, thank you all. I'm going to stop the recording really quick and make a change here. So as the world is waking up and the old ways are no longer valid, we're supported, really. Do you have a future-proof plan in place for your life? So I'm Linda Kilpela. I'm the founder of Olaterva Healing Arts. Many of you have worked with me over the years, and I love new people, so I welcome all people. And I do invite you on a 90-day journey to craft your true self blueprint. And so be transformed, or be empowered to transform your outdated thoughts, emotions, and behaviors and create an inspired life unique to you. So this is what I've been doing, is just working with dozens of people, guiding them to their light. So it's really fun work. So your transformation will be accelerated with custom sacred sound baths we consider to be nutrition for the nervous system. So calm your mind, let go of the old patterns, and move to your next level. So it's not basically like your next level is something that you can't see. So this is where that whole need for faith is, where you have to have faith to honor the mystery, to move forward. And so with the journey and the support of everyone and all the love and the light and the sound baths and the energy, it's just a really sacred space for all to make it to their personal next level, whatever that would be for them. So it's different for everyone. Everyone's always working on different things, but also supporting and encouraging one another. So the pure sonic sounds of the singing bowls are heard not just by the ear, but by every cell in the body. So the emotional and spiritual body is healed first, which then reflects in the physical body. And you just experience that now with the sound bath. It's just amazing how you can feel that energy just moving through and bringing harmony and balance. So the universe and nature are always seeking balance. And so we are part of that. And so it would be best if we were also seeking balance. And this is one of the ways that you can discover that within yourself, just finding that sound health. So there's also connection, and we all need connection. So imagine being seen, heard, and understood, maybe for the first time. Imagine the relief you'll experience when your spirit is set free. And this has been one of the biggest parts of the journey, is just to have that sacred space for whatever it is to work itself out. And it's not that you have to share your whole story. You just allow it to process, and you can share whatever you'd like, but you never have to share more than you'd like, or at all. So the True Self Blueprint Journey Outlook, we have weekly classes and then new sacred sound recordings each week. And those will be different than what you can hear on a Zoom call. They'll be professionally recorded, so you can really kick back and then you own them for life and really transform. So the recordings are all based on the lessons of the week. And then we have weekly group meetups with a Q&A, and then progress tracking and accountability. So, get some goals in mind and things that you want to heal for yourself. And then we also have a community chat room, a membership site, and then access to the Sacred Sound Spa, which has been really great. You can go into the sound spa and click on any of the sound retreats, and some for 5 minutes, some for 25 minutes, and just help you integrate higher vibrations into your lifestyle so you can create that life that you love. So this is the bird's eye view of the whole journey. It's 12 weeks and it's broken up into 3 modules. So the first 4 weeks we spend in the Awakened Foundations space. So just creating new kind of a review of where you've been and releasing those conditioned patterns that don't serve you positively. And we have a lot of different things, concepts and ideas and techniques that you get to go through with that. And Tracy's going to share a little more about this. And then the next 4 weeks is an empowered next level, where you literally get to take different areas of your life to a higher plane. So we're never blaming anyone again, taking responsibility and just really creating a life that we love. And then the last 4 weeks, we move into the Inspired True Self module, which is really fun because people are really delighted in all the small things in life, and really, it's just really, really transformational. But I'm going to turn it over to Tracy Langhenrich. She is my co-facilitator in the journey, and she has some testimonials that she's going to share. And then we also have a few gals that are on the journey with us now, and we're in week 11 right now. And so some of them are going to share as well. So over to you, Tracy.
Thank you, Linda. 2020. So it is really transformational as well. So in this first module, in your first 4 weeks, we do some foundational work. And in that foundational work, we're looking for inspiration. We're helping you to identify and transform your habits. We're asking you to, through the sound baths, heal your timeline, see where you're at in your timeline, and then help to start formulate that ideal lifestyle. And really at this point, we're just picking certain things that resonate with you that you would like to see in your ideal lifestyle. So I would like to ask, if possible, if Missy could share with us in that first module, in those first 4 weeks, can you tell us, were there any habits that you changed or any techniques that you learned in those first 4 weeks that really resonated with you?
Well, I actually did start a new habit, and I was just starting to do 50 sit-ups a day. It just gave me the willpower to start doing something for myself. And it just a couple minutes a day, and I've been doing it for about a month and a half now, and I can tell the difference. So that was something that I was able to get that willpower established and start doing as part of our classwork.
Thank you for sharing. I made some notes throughout the 4 weeks on Missy's transformation, and some of the tools that she enjoyed. She really enjoyed the productivity pyramid. And we do a lot of journaling. So you're going to find that comes up quite a bit so that we can get things out as they're happening and then also reflect on a few things. Starla, did you have anything to add during your first 4 weeks? Was there anything that resonated with you?
Yes, I was really excited to join this class, to grow and peel back more layers of old habits. And I've learned to not be so hard on myself, love myself, which has been great. And also I worked really hard on rejection. That was a big thing in my life. And this class has just really helped me get over that, or go through that, I guess I should say, not go over it or around it, but go through it and learn to breathe and lessen the anxiety over the things that I would think about. So it's been really, really awesome for me, and I feel so much better.
Thank you, Starla. When we look at week 4, and as we're moving into week 5, some of the things that we work on when we're designing our ideal lifestyle is we are understanding that rhythm of life, and we are understanding all of the interruptions that you might have in your schedule, and really trying to start to understand your senses. And one of the takeaways that I had as I was reviewing things, Starla made this comment during week 4. We are connected to our senses when we are living them in the present moment. It catapults our healing. When we are not caring for our senses, then we cannot heal. So I just thought that was a perfect testimonial as we move then into module 2. In module 2, we're really working on getting to the next level. And we talked a little bit about empowerment by choice. And we go through many exercises, understanding the 6 areas of our life. And we're balancing those for body and environment, emotions and relationships, and mind and ideas. And this is really a core function of this coursework, very much understanding where you're at in each one of those areas and helping you to identify where you need to empower yourself in those areas. As I'm looking through the testimonials here from some of our students, I'd like to share from Kelly. And this was during her week 5. She says, as the week started, I found myself able to take action on a lot of the things as I kind of started to let go of these judgments, which is only a reflection of my own judgments. Whatever was holding me back is now gone. I thought that was pretty impressive. Another student in week 5 mentioned to us, every time there are small movements forward in a direction, especially ones that I'm not expecting, it feels really good. And I'm getting a lot of feedback that's in the right direction from the right people. So we can see when we ask how the students are doing and they reflect back, we can see that these modules are having an impact on their lives. As we move to week 6 and week 7 and week 8, and we're talking about balancing everything in those areas of life, a lot of people have been releasing judgments and shame and things like that. And one of the comments I even made during one of the sessions was, we all have layers that we're working on, and we can share that openly here with love and light, because this is a sacred community. And one of the things we didn't really mention is, by taking this course, you have a community, and this community comes together. We have the coursework. We do a share on Friday, but we also have a private group page where we can share throughout the week, and we can send out SOSs if we need it, or we can just simply share all the good things that are happening. But the great news is we're all here holding sacred space for each other. Then when we move into module 3, we're really getting to the areas of your inspired true self. Because remember, this coursework is all about creating your blueprint, your true self blueprint. So in weeks 9, creating your ideal life, trusting your future self, enlightened multitasking is kind of where we're at with the current group right now. And we're moving into that last week of your true authentic self. And I think I've seen the most growth from the students in as they came out of week 8 and moved through these 2 weeks of week 9 and 10. It's been such a privilege and honor to be participating there. Let's see. Starla, would you like to share anything about where you have been in these last couple weeks?
The last 2 weeks have just been crazy. Good crazy though. I've been able to it's made me a stronger person, human. Spiritually, it has cleansed me.
Thank you.
Just excited. Yeah, I'm excited. I really am. Thank you.
Mhm.
I'd like to share a little bit more than just about sit-ups, if that's okay.
Yeah, I was coming to you, Missy.
That's a big deal for me, by the way, but yeah, if this is a good time. The timeline thing is just huge, and it's actually interwoven throughout the entire course, because you are a combination of what's in your cells, of course, energetically and physically, etc. But the timeline healing that I did was just profound. And I had some really neat visions that just gave me peace with where I'm at in my life and where I'm going, and that I'm supported by the divine and by my inner divine self. That was really cool. Fun when you can see where you've come from, and you can also have peace with where you're going. And I, like Starla mentioned, I've also struggled with anxiety my entire life, and I've pretty much got that under control. With the help of using these tools and going through these modules, it really just helps me feel like I own my life and I choose it every single day. But also that timeline thing, I have support to do what I have to do. And like Starla said again, sometimes it does get hard, but if you have that support, I mean, just even one person saying, I know you can do this. I know it's hard. I know you've got this, but I know it's possible. That's all you need. So that community is fabulous too.
Thank you. So bringing this back a little bit, we're all users of wonderful oils, and we all know how our lives changed when we started to utilize oils in our world and aromatherapy. And tonight, Linda showed how you can add sound with the oils, and hopefully you could actually feel the difference when you did that tonight. It's a big part of this practice and this coursework. And the sound baths and having access to those short little retreats and the longer retreats are just so huge, because if we're lovers of learning, right, and we want to better ourselves, that's one thing, and we can take those steps to do that. But when we integrate sound and when we integrate aromatherapy in, we can then take in all of that information so much faster. It's just amazing to see the transformation when you have access to the additional tools. And that's the core differentiator of this coursework, that Linda's background has taken the information and added in the oils and added in the sound. And you have this unbelievable course that allows you to truly find out who your true self is. So that's really all I have right now. Linda, if I've missed something, please add to it, but we just hope that you would join us on the next journey. Every journey is a little bit different based on how everybody interacts with each other, but the foundational coursework is just amazing.
Thank you, Tracy. Tracy's amazing too. As a co-facilitator, it's wonderful. I'm not alone leading this charge. So put your anchor down in love and create your future. That's the goal, honestly, to learn future-proof skills. So much of this in my 15 years of teaching healing arts is that people learn the tool, but then they just have it in their head. But we want it in habit. And so we really work towards creating new habits and integrating that truth at the time. And that's why bringing the sound baths into every single week. A lot of people use them every day, even multiple times a day, to reset, center, or simply to grow and expand and connect. So it makes a big difference to integrate on the spot. So you'll be able to develop greater intuition. You can't avoid it. So it just naturally happens with all of these high frequencies and vibrations, and all the love and light and support of the whole community is pretty amazing. So it makes it easier to take responsibility for your life because you have so much support. And I agree with Tracy. It just takes, or was it Missy? It takes just one person to believe in you, and you have a whole group of people believing in you, holding you in your light and encouraging you to make it, and not telling you what to do, but just holding that space for you to discover it for yourself. And so then you can wake up productive and, find that sacred rhythm of your life instead of living in those footsteps that you're conditioned to walk in. Create your own and find your own sacred beat, and then enjoy life as your true self. So take the leap. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. You can release your outdated thoughts, emotions, and behaviors and find your true freedom. So our goal is to empower and inspire you as you craft your true self blueprint and create a life that you love. So we'll offer tools, insight, and wisdom to support you along the way. So we set sail on April 19th. It's coming up really quickly. And so are you ready to hop on board? We have an early bird discount where you save $395 on your tuition. And so you just sign up through olaterva.com.